hours before. She's amazing. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna close this. My ADD is kicking in. Hold on. Here we go. Sorry. Just like my brain, there's too many tabs open on my computer. I was gonna start hearing a bunch of stuff. Anyways, Heather, you're amazing. I've watched you ever since I've come into this business. You have been in for 8 years, and I just think that's such a testimony to like you and like your hustle and just your loyalty. And we're just excited to learn from you. So, without further ado, could you please just tell us your story? How did you find and all of the things?
Yes. Actually, Jackie, it's been 10 years, girl.
10 years? Why did I think 8?
Because I feel like somebody has to do that, tell me to go away, or that I was mean, or that I was stupid. And she's like, if it wasn't for me, like just kind of being a little like less stressed about it, she's like, I never would have gone up to you. So that's kind of like an aha moment for me. All of you guys that are so scared to reach out to somebody in their inbox. Like, we're not even saying that you have to go up to people in person, but some of you are so afraid to just reach out to someone in their messenger or on Instagram or wherever it is, because you're so afraid of what they're going to say. You guys, as soon as she asked me that, I had no idea what she was talking about. And she was like, it's this little wrap thing, but we should be Facebook friends. And then I can like talk to you about it later. And I was like, okay. So we became Facebook friends, you guys. So like, that's how that started, was Britney Spears. Thank you. Who's a hot mess. We love her, but still. And you guys, I watched her on Facebook for 2 years. She reached out to me for 2 years, asking me if I wanted to try the wrap, asking me if I wanted to have a party. Like, we used to do parties in home. And I just said, no. Well, you guys, guess what? Listen to this tip. Okay. She posted that she was going to earn, not that she did earn, what she was going to earn. She posted about her goal she was going to reach, not about, she didn't post about it after she earned it. She posted what she was going for. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying right now? Okay. How many of you guys don't post about what you're going for because you're afraid you're going to fail? Okay, well, it took her posting about what she was going for me to go, well, dang, if she's going for a bonus that big, like maybe these products actually work. So I didn't even want to do the business, you guys. Her posting about her goal didn't even entice me to join the business. It made me think these products must work. So I finally reached out and said, yes, I want to try the products. Before she actually introduced me to the products, you guys, I warned her that I absolutely do not want to do the business. I said I had done Pampered Chef. I had done a jewelry company. I have done all the things, and I absolutely do not want to sell this. Absolutely. Please don't ask me. She's like, okay. And then I said, and I kept telling her, and I'm too busy. I worked 2 full-time management jobs. I was a manager at Old Navy. I was a restaurant manager. Okay. And I had 2 toddlers at the time. So I was like, don't want to, and I'm too busy. Like, no thanks. And she was like, okay. So then she started talking about the products, you guys. And I was like, yep, I want to try that. Yep, I want to try that. We talked about the wraps. We talked about the green. She showed me the fat fighters. She showed me the defining gel. And I was like, okay, I want to do it. And then she went to the part about the kits. And she went to skip the kit because she's like, I know you don't want to do it. So she went to skip the kit. And I was like, wait, let me see the kit. So I was somebody that signed up just for the kit. I was like, I will never sell this, but I want the kit. That's where I started, you guys. That's where this is where I came from. And she was like, okay, that's fine. But then I started to get into it by asking questions. I realized I didn't have to stock and deliver inventory. I realized that I didn't have to do home parties if I didn't want to. I realized that there were not any sales quotas, that I would get canceled if I didn't meet these sales. There was no contracts, cancellation fees. So you guys, literally, I was like, wait, you're telling me if I have a friend or a family member, like because I'm in California, I'm like, if I have a friend or family member, say in Colorado, they can order from my website and it gets shipped directly to them and I don't have to even touch it. Like, I don't have to package it up and send it to them. It's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, that's a little different. So when you guys have people that tell you no right off the bat, it may not be because they don't want to do it at all. It's that they have had experience with something like this prior, and immediately they're comparing it. Immediately, when I sold Pampered Chef, you guys, I got all the pots and pans and all this, that, and the other, and I got all the bags. and all the order forms. And I mean, it might be different now because this was a while ago, but that's what I was basing this off of. When I said I was too busy, I was like, I don't have time to do all of that. But when I finally listened to what our business model is, I was like, okay, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll, just kind of see where I can do this, fit this in. And you guys, like, that's kind of like the start of my journey. I know that was an 8-minute intro, but like, that's kind of where Heather found It Works.
That is crazy. I had no idea any of that happened, and that's crazy. Thank you, Britney Spears. I love that. Who's inspired by that? I think about this as like, you literally can't say the wrong thing to the right person. I just feel like there's so many people in this world. There's so many more people just like you that are gonna come into this, that need this, and then just run. And it's crazy to think that you were the no, or people that are getting, drop a one if you've ever been discouraged by someone saying no, right? You're like, everyone's saying no, right? Like, it's crazy to see the amount of like top earners in this company that said no for years. And it really comes down to your consistency and are you about your business. So crazy. Okay, so now tell us what It Works has done for you. Like, give us some vision. What has this company allowed you to do?
So, you guys just heard all that story, right? Well, I was so excited about these products. Like, here's one thing. All of you joined this business to get a distributor kit, right? Well, you didn't join it to get one, but you joined and you got a distributor kit. How many of you still have not even opened up those products? How many of you just have them still sitting in the box, or they're sitting on your counter, or you've taken them for 2 days and then you're like, okay. I genuinely wanted to try these products. So by me trying the products, and you guys, I didn't have an Instagram back then. We didn't have TikToks and Reels. I didn't even know what a hashtag was. I literally only had Facebook with about 300 friends, but I also had the contacts in my phone. And I was really excited specifically about the wraps and the greens that I would just like randomly, if I had 15 minutes at my job, I would just send a text like, hey, I just joined It Works. We are known for the body wraps, and we also have some super greens that X, Y, and Z. Would you be interested in trying them? Nobody told me to do that, you guys. Not a single person told me I need to do that. But I really was excited. I was like, these products are awesome. And if they can make me some extra money, because here's the thing, my husband, you guys, had a full-time job and a college degree. He was laid off 3 times in a 3-year span. So literally he was job hunting over and over and over again. I loved my jobs at Old Navy and at the restaurant. I was actually going for a promotion, but we still lived paycheck to paycheck. And if you don't know anything about living in California, don't even look it up. It's disgusting. We're not going to be here probably too much longer, but my point of that is that we were still living paycheck to paycheck. And I was like, man, people really want to try these products. And I was excited, you guys. I didn't message people like, oh, yeah, well, I started this thing. Let me know if you're interested. No, it was not like that. Like, I was like, I think I found something that's awesome. I think I found something that's going to help me detox, found something that's going to help me tighten, tone, and firm. Would you be interested in it? And I just kind of went with it. Ignorance on fire, you guys. Like, I literally didn't sit back and wait for someone to tell me to do it. I did it. And most of the time I said the wrong things. I don't know how many distributors I told them they got like X, Y, and Z for free when they do this. And they're like, why didn't I get that? And I was like, oh, I was wrong. My bad. Like, I'm so sorry, but here's a free wrap to make up for that. Like, I just did it, you guys. I just was excited. And all of a sudden I was like bringing in income. I was bringing in some cash. I was known as the wrap girl. Now I'm known as the coffee girl, but I was known as the wrap girl. I had people coming into my restaurant to buy wraps for me, not even to eat at the restaurant. They were like, hey, yeah, we're here to see Heather. And they go get me in the back. They're like, I'm here to pick up my wraps. Like, that was me, because I was so loud and proud. And then when I posted about it, if somebody else shared it back before host to post, or somebody else said, hey, I want to try those wraps, somebody would say, oh, I know a girl named Heather that sells the wraps. Like, I was so loud and proud and did not care what anybody thought at all. And I had so many haters. I had people in my inbox telling me I was crazy. I had people telling me this was a pyramid scheme. I had so many people that wanted to give me their opinion, but they weren't offering me any money to pay my bills. So I was like, okay, thanks for looking out for me, but I'm still going to see what happens. And I was just putting this in anytime I could, you guys. 15 minutes here, an hour here, 10 minutes here, nothing crazy. I was working 60 plus hours a week at the restaurant. I was maybe putting in like, honestly, you guys, in full transparency, maybe like 4 to 8 hours a week doing this. Like 48 hours, 4 to 8, not 48, 4 to 8, 4 to 8 hours. Okay. Um, not 48. I still don't do 48, like literally, but like 4 to 8 hours a week. And all of a sudden, you guys, like the income was coming in and I was about to hit Ruby. And I was like, how am I doing this? Like, and it was because somebody gave me a sheet, like our 4-in-1,
Hmm.
and they said, just fill this out and fill it out as many times as you can. You don't have to just fill it out one time a month, fill it out as many times as you can in a month. And I was like, okay. So it's like, I need 4 customers and a distributor. That's 5 people. Went and found my 5 guys. And then all of a sudden I got a email that I got a bonus. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. I'm going to do this again. Like, not like, oh, I'm good. I got it done. I'm good. I was like, I want to do this again. And so I did it again and did it again. And long story short, you guys, about 6 months into this business, I was almost matching my income at both of my management jobs. If you know Old Navy, if you know like restaurants, you know, my income wasn't crazy high. So I'm not saying like I was matching 100 grand or anything like that, but I was like almost matching my income. But the thing that I was matching my income with, you guys, it wasn't even my monthly commission. It was my weekly bonuses and my wrap cash or my coffee cash or my sample cash. And so what happens when you have 2 full-time parents working, okay, and the summer happens? What happens? Your kids are home and you got to figure out someone to babysit them or you got to pay for daycare. So I decided that summer, I was like, I'm not going to pay for daycare. I'm literally going to work my butt off, and it works, and see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, then I can go back to retail or restaurant management. So I quit Old Navy and the restaurant. And I was actually sad. I cried because I was so sad. I was like, I love this place, but I'm not going to work here to just pay for daycare. What sense does that make? And so I quit. I went diamond in 6 months, you guys. I earned a $10,000 bonus, and I have never been back to corporate America. And I absolutely refuse to have someone tell me when and where I have to show up to work. I refuse to have somebody tell me I cannot take a vacation. I refuse to have somebody tell me that I can't take my daughter to her dance classes every day. I absolutely refuse. Like, I will do whatever it takes. And that's kind of the drive you should have in this business for whatever your why is. Maybe you love your job and you're not going to quit your job, but there is a reason why you started this business. And if it's something like you've always wanted to take your family to Disneyland, but you keep telling them no every year because you can't afford it, then make this the vehicle that gets you there. Like, absolutely refuse to not put as much effort into this as you possibly can, so you don't have to keep saying no. And so what the business has done for me, it let me come home to my family that I didn't even know was an option living in California. We've paid off some debt. I still have debt that I need to pay off. Again, we live in California. But I've just been at everything. My kids, when I started with you guys, were 4 and 6 years old, and they're 14 and 16 now. And so for their whole like childhood, they've known mom to be home. They've known that mom pays cash for things. They know that if mom goes, you know, I can't really afford it right now, they're like, well, mom, like, what bonus are you going for this week? Like, they know, and they know a little too much. Like, mom, I need new dance shoes. How many loyal customers do you need to buy me those dance shoes? You know, but that's how our life is. And I just absolutely love it. Like, if it wasn't for It Works, you guys, I don't even know where I'd be. I wouldn't be raising my kids. Somebody else would be.
Dang, I am actually like I'm so inspired right now. I'm like, this is firing me up so much. And everything that you say is so true. Like, listening to you speak, I'm like, the quality of you, like, everyone, anybody here has what it takes. There's nothing different, like you guys don't, like, you guys have what it takes. But the difference between someone like yourself that will come in and run is you own it at the beginning. You're not like tiptoeing, like, you said it perfectly. You're like, I don't care if someone says this, that, or the other thing. If someone has an opinion, I don't care what I think they're going to think of me. You own it. And when you take your business seriously, what starts to happen? Other people take your business seriously. So I am so inspired by that. And okay, I like wrote down a bunch of notes. Okay, so let's talk about building to diamond in 6 months. Let's talk about right now as a new distributor, guys. I want you to drop it in the chat. What rank are you going for? And if you're brand new, you're going for ruby. Okay. So, like, that's your first goal. So, building to diamond is 3 rubies. I love that our company is back on the focus of building for charting and ranks, because you guys, not only can you earn insane weekly bonuses, but building for these ranks is where you're going to just, like, going diamond is going to change your life. They said the license to print money, like, that is the truth. So talk to us about today, in today's way of building. If you wanted to go ruby, emerald, diamond, what would you have someone do every single day, non-negotiable?
Yes. So number one, you guys, and I got away from this. So I'm not going to pretend like these last 10 years have been the like best 10 years of my business. I've had my peaks and my valleys. So there is no sugarcoating here. One thing I will be very transparent with you guys is that I came from an organization, by the way, I don't have an upline. My upline, life happened to her, love her dearly, but she's no longer active, but I have no uplines anymore. And I came from a place though with my old organization where they never would share the peaks and or the valleys. They would never tell us like if they lost rank, if their checks went down, if they were having a bad day. And so that's something that I always strive and let everybody know is like this is an amazing company and an amazing business. But when you treat it like a job, it'll pay you like one. But when I say that, you guys, no job is perfect, even a dream job that you absolutely love, that you went to college for, whatever it is you did, you opened up your own salon, whatever it is, there's always going to be days that are like hard or rough. So I've had that in my business. But something happened literally right about 2 years ago, and I was in my like lowest of my business. I went 4 months without a single enrollment, you guys, and I kept telling myself I was doing the things. I was like, but I'm doing the things, like I'm on my phone, like I'm doing it, but the heart and the passion wasn't there. I was no longer excited. I was doing this out of like every time I picked up my phone, I was like, well, I'll send this message, but she'll probably say no, or I'll do this post, but nobody's going to comment on it. Do you guys catch yourself doing that? Like you literally need to do like a little mind slap, like don't really go slap yourself, but literally like stop it right there. I was like, who am I? Number one, I was not doing personal development. Okay. I completely stopped because I kept telling myself, well, I can read this, but I'm not going to remember it. I can read this, but I'm not going to remember it. And as I'm reading it, I would never remember it. And so I just started really working on what I was saying. The book that I picked up was The High Five Habit by Mel Robbins. That helped me with like that negative mindset, that like horrible talking and thinking, like as I would go to message, well, they're going to ignore me. They're not going to say yes. That stopped. So High Five Habit. And I went back to journaling. So I did that. And I started doing, this is my favorite like quote, you guys, it's like my quote, but I started doing what the rich people were doing. So like when a top #1 income earner or top 2 or top 3 in the company says, this is what I'm reading, this is what I'm doing. And you go, I don't really feel like it. Like, or it sounds good. I have an intention. I'll buy the book. And then you just like never pick it up. Right? Or you bought the book and you're still on chapter 3 6 months later. You guys, that's not what the rich people are doing. The rich people are suggesting a book, go buy the book and read the damn book. Okay. If they're saying do your journaling and personal development, do your journaling and personal development, like do the things that they're doing. Why not? Why not, you guys? And so if you're on my power hours, or if you've watched my training in the Road to VIP, there's 6 things I do for my business every day. I'm not going to train you on them right now because I do have a training video on them in Road to VIP. But number 1 is your journaling and personal development, non-negotiable. Like not like I don't feel like it today, I'll do it later, because you never will do it later. Okay, so do it first thing in the morning. Number 2 is Facebook birthday messages. So simple. Wishing your Facebook friends a happy birthday. Number 3 is what I call my 30 message, or a reach out message. And that message is reaching out to at least 30 people, asking them to post something for you on their Facebook. Okay. The next one is my favorite. It's literally like The one that I created that I was like, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life? If I would have been doing this since I started my business, I would be ambassador by now. I'm a triple diamond. And I would be top 5 probably. So that tip is, and that task is inbox cleanup. Okay, how many of you send out messages all day, all day, all day, all day, and then next day comes and you're sending out messages all day, all day, all day, and then day 3 and so on and so on, and now you're just kind of sitting there waiting for someone to get back to you, but yet you forgot all about the messages and conversations you were having the day before that, the day before, and the day before, and the day before. So when I do my inbox cleanup, you guys, it's literally just scrolling back to the first message I sent the day before and making sure I write down every single person that was interested in the product or the business. If they left me on red, I say, good morning, did you get my last message? If they said they would post for me and they didn't post yet, I'll say, hey, did you do that post for me yet? And you guys, when I do my power hours, I share my screen and show you guys exactly what I'm doing and what I'm saying and who I'm saying it to. Number 5 is host to post follow-up. You guys, I could do a 2-hour training on host to post follow-up. I teach people how to maximize host to post. It's not just asking someone to post and then posting it and then hoping that people comment and reach out to you. You literally, you guys, there's things that I do. I go in there and I'll send friend requests to the people that comment. And within 24 hours, if they don't respond to my friend request because they don't have that notification anymore, I will literally unfriend, or I'll cancel the friend request and send a new friend request so they get a new notification. Or I'll say, are you still interested? And then 6 days later, let's say they never responded or did anything, I will delete my are you interested and send another are you still interested? Like, there's things that I do with my host to post follow-up that I know so many people aren't doing. It's not glamorous. It's not like I wake up and go, oh, I cannot wait to do my host to post follow-up. No, you guys, it's like the filing at your job. It's like that filing, that paperwork just kind of keeps stacking and stacking. You're like, oh, I really don't want to do that, but I know I need to. That's kind of what host to post follow-up is. But the reward is amazing. The reward and the new friendships and new connections and network you get from it is absolutely amazing. And lastly, you guys, I do something called calendar follow-up. And long story short, basically, once you start writing people down on a list, which you should be doing, okay, you have a list of people from today, tomorrow, the next day, next week, the week after, and then it's follow-up Friday, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got 200 people to message. Where do I start? So I started writing everybody down in a calendar on each day of the week. So like today, you guys, I wrote down everybody, all of my new potentials. I wrote them down in my calendar on Tuesday, 6-20. Okay, tomorrow I'll write everybody down in my calendar on 6/21, okay, which is a third or Wednesday. So when I do my calendar follow-up, you guys, I follow up with every person I wrote down on that same day of the week. So I go to last Tuesday and the Tuesday before and the Tuesday before and the Tuesday before and so on. Tomorrow I'm gonna reach out to everybody who wrote down last Wednesday and the Wednesday before. And the whole point, you guys, is by the end of the week, you've either followed up with or engaged with every person on your list at least once a week. And sometimes it's not even messaging, because if they told you they're going to order on the 25th, you're not going to message them right now and be like, hey, just checking in. No, you're going to go and engage on their posts. Okay. And so that's basically, those are my 6 things, non-negotiable. I don't have on my list posting, you know, but that to me is like, I hate to say it, but it's like no brainer. Like, you should be posting every day. So some people's list might be a little bit longer. Maybe you're like, no, Heather, I need to remember to post every day. So maybe you have a 7 list, okay, it's daily 7. And your 7th thing is making sure that you post about a product, your real life, and then the opportunity every single day. So that's my non-negotiable. That's how you're going to go diamond, you guys, is by doing that list and staying consistent. What I realized back 2 years ago when I was in my lowest of lows, yes, Heather was consistent. Heather was consistently holding her phone for 8 hours, scrolling on Facebook and TikTok. That's what I was consistent with. Okay, so one thing you'll know when you go on my power hours, you guys, if I say we're doing inbox cleanup and I'm sharing my screen, I do not do anything else but that task. I literally make sure that inbox cleanup can be done in less than 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes tops. and I'm not checking any notifications. If somebody responded, I don't even know until the end. My reward for finishing the task is getting to check my inbox, getting to check my notifications. So that's one thing I learned, you guys. I was tired of people on my team quitting because they were on their phone all day long. And I was like, what's going on? So I had to literally figure out a system where, you guys, I can do these 6 things for my business in less than 2 hours. And so I'm on my phone less and enrolling more. So that's how you're going to go Ruby. That's how you're going to go Diamond, you guys, is doing those 6 things or 7 every single day. Okay, fitting it in. Some of you guys don't have the life that I have now. Yes, I work from home now, but remember, you can't say, oh, well, she works from home and her kids are older. No, sis, I went Diamond in 6 months while I had 2 toddlers and worked 2 full-time management jobs. So if I can do it, you guys, so can you.
That was good. And I love just the transparency and the realness. And I love that you talked about just like, like this is another quality of a successful person, taking ownership. You see people all the time in this industry blame the company, blame the shipping, blame the economy, blame. When if you just looked at yourself and you're like, hey, I'm going to take accountability for like these areas of my business. I'm not, how many of us we're all probably guilty of it. We're working, we're posting, but it's like, are we treating the follow up like a system like Heather is? Probably not. How many are slipping through the cracks or the cracks, sorry, the cracks, the cracks, probably a lot. So mature, just in case you're wondering. Probably a lot, right? And so when you can take that ownership and just be like, okay, like this is what I have to fix, and then giving it time to fix, allowing that momentum to build, like I love it. Okay, so let's can we talk a little bit about like how you're wording things? I think people get lost in the conversation. They say too much, they word vomit. Let's say you put up a post, it's about a product. Can you talk us through like your basic
Yeah.
flow of combo?
Yeah. So by the way, you guys, I have had to major pivot just in the last probably like 2 or 3 weeks. Facebook is like on to something with me because I can no longer send out reach out messages or even Facebook birthday messages. And we're talking to people I am friends with. So I have had to completely flip things around and start telling people to message me first. It's totally like outside of my comfort zone. I had this amazing routine. It was flowing, like everything was great. And all of a sudden I send 2 birthday messages. It's like, couldn't send. And I'm like, wait, what? Even my 30 message, you guys, that's part of my daily task. And I've had to now go over to Instagram and send my 30 message. I'm not going to give up, but it's like, you guys, I have to pivot. So like your wording might be a little bit different than mine. I'm telling my team, like, if you could still send messages, please go send those messages. Don't sit and go, oh, they haven't messaged me yet, I guess I need to wait. No, go message. But some of my wording, you guys, something that I learned really early in my business, and is probably the best advice I was ever given. You guys ready? Don't answer a question that hasn't been asked. That is why you guys are saying too much. That is 100% why you guys are saying too much, is because you're answering questions that were not even asked. I was actually talking to one of my new girls, and I had this same question when I first started, is how can I promote these products if I haven't used them myself? Or how can I promote these products if I haven't started to see the results yet? And, one thing I always think about is how many times realistically I could post all day long and message all day long. And realistically, I might have one a week that says, well, do you use the products? Most of the time, they don't even ask. They see a good before and after photo. It's, like if you're new to my team, my before and after photos are pictures of my customers or friends of mine that are in the business. So they see that and they're like, sign me up, right? They're not even concerned if you've used it yet, but you think that's the first thing they're going to ask. So I always say, don't answer questions that haven't been asked. But I am so simple, you guys, with my messaging. Usually my rule of thumb, with the exception of like 2 or 3 scripted messages, my rule of thumb is if it's more than 3 sentences, you've already said too much. Because let's keep it real, most people are busy when they're reading their messages. And if you sent more than 3, they're like, okay, nope, right? I do it. I'm super honest. If you're a distributor, you message me and it's like, if it's not a voice memo and it's like more than like 4 sentences, I'm like, oh, I do not have time for this yet. And then I forget. So when I'm sending out, say, a follow-up message, you guys, I am the follow-up queen. I will pat myself on the back because I get so many people that, even if you guys, my follow-up queen title is, even if they tell me no, even if they tell me to take me off their list, I followed up and they responded. Like, it's not just about following up and they all say yes. But what I suggest, you guys, is when somebody says, let me think about it. I hate that one. Let me think about it. Okay. Hey, let me talk to my husband. Oh, okay. Let me check with my doctor. Okay. Okay, we get this all the time. So what I do is, you guys, is I wait about 2 days and then I say for my follow-up, hey girl, are you still thinking about trying these products? Hey girl, did you talk to your husband yet? Hey girl, did you see your doctor yet? Hey, why do we feel like we have to have this great, amazing spiel scripted follow-up message? You know, you guys, you got to treat everybody like they're your friend. Okay. Are they your Facebook friend? I think pretty much everyone you're talking to is a Facebook friend. I don't care if you met them in person. I don't care if you met them through post to post or how you met them. They're your Facebook friend. So treat them like a friend. In my honest opinion, and I'm not saying this doesn't work, because there are top income earners that do these messages and they work, right? But for me, when I get a message that's like, hi, Heather, how are you? I hope the kids are doing good. I hope you had a great weekend. So I know we talked about the Slimmer last week and you told me that you had to think about it. I just wanted to reach out and let you know that we are having a sale, and I wanted to, why? You think that's being nice? You think that's nicer than just saying, hey girl, are you still thinking about the products? That is not nice. You're wasting my time. I'm just keeping it real, you guys. Like, you guys just talk to these people like they're your friend. And I always say voice memos are so much better, but some people are so scared of voice memos. But if you're going to send an actual message, short and sweet, all you're trying to do, here's the thing, you guys, with follow-up. I don't go into follow-up like I'm trying to make a sale right now. I go into follow-up with, I'm trying to start this conversation up again. Okay. So like, you guys, most of the time I will use boards when I'm starting a conversation with someone. If somebody is interested in losing weight, I usually use boards. Shout out to like Sam Bowers, her boards are amazing. A lot of other leaders, their boards are amazing. So I'll start conversations with boards. And I'll even, you guys, if I feel like the message that is even in the board is way too long, I will chop it up into 2 parts, like send this, and then they respond, and then I'll send the next part. That's just me. But that's the beauty of this business, is you get to be who you want to be. You get to be who you want to be. And I'm a, hey girl, did you get my last message? Hey girl, do you want me to take you off my list? You haven't been responding. Like, I am so short and sweet. And that to me is so much better than, I don't want to say being fake, but like, it's not that you're fake, you just care so much about not offending someone. And honestly, when you waste my time with more than like 4 sentences, I'm like, that is offensive. Stop offending me by too long of messages. I have got way too much on my plate. Just send me a voice memo or keep it short and sweet. So those are my tips. Like, how do I start conversations? And I'm just, you guys, the shorter the better.
Oh my gosh, I am dying. I don't think I've laughed that hard on a Zoom for so long. It's true though. It's so good. And I like, you're just real, right? People overthink it. They're like, should I be like super professional? No, like, how would you normally talk to someone? That's how you talk, you know? And I think people appreciate real. You know, drop it in the chat. Would you guys rather follow some perfect, you know, corporate, you know, person with like the white coaches, or would you rather be like, I want to see the mom that's, or the dad or whatever, you know, I want to see the person that's real. I mean, every time for me, it's authentic. I love it. So, okay. So are you doing like, what are you doing to grow your network? I feel like this is something people run into. Obviously, Host to Post grows your network. Are you manually going into groups? Are you reels? Like, how are you expanding your network?
I really honestly have grown my network tremendously, mainly from Host to Post. Host to Post is another thing where it's like nobody nobody goes, oh my God, I love Host to Post. I cannot wait to sit there and message and ask people to post for me. Like nobody loves it, you guys. But I love the network that I bring in, and I love the money that it brings in because it actually works. You know, there's people right now that are killing it on TikTok and Reels. That is not me. That is not my jam yet. I still am embracing it. Jackie, you're amazing at TikToks and Reels. Like, but right now I'm focusing on Host to Post because it's working, right? So if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I'm working with my Host to Post. You know, I do small things like Host to Post is huge for me on Facebook. On my Instagram, you guys, one way I grow my network is I love searching for location on my Instagram. Like if you have a daughter in gymnastics, have you searched that location and that hashtag for that gym and followed every other mom that takes their kid to that gymnastics gym or baseball team or aquatic center where you take your kid to go swimming every day? Like that's one thing I love to do. And you can actually still, you can do that on Facebook too. You search a business or your favorite restaurant and everybody else that likes or comments on maybe the most recent post, go and friend request them. I mean, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? They're going to be like, oh, I don't know this person, deny, you know, or get that random message like, how do I know you? And you're like, oh, I don't know. Facebook suggested you. I'm sorry. But that's one way, like if you're trying to grow your network outside of Host to Post or wanting to find new ways to do it quickly, is search favorite restaurants, favorite locations, frequent locations on Instagram and Facebook, and start following or friend requesting and also commenting. You guys, it is absolutely crazy how many people that I started following from my daughter's dance studio. And I literally had this mom that is a dance mom at our studio. My daughter is 14, her daughter is only 5, so they do not dance together. I don't even see them there. And she's my new loyal customer now for collagen because she saw me post about it. So if it wasn't for me doing that, then she wouldn't even have been a customer. So using Host to Post, I love it. And if you feel like you struggle with Host to Post, you guys, I encourage you guys to get on my power hours, since I do share my screen and show you how to do it, like literally like step by step. But if you're wanting to grow your network outside of that, then go follow locations, go search locations. And, you know, I don't always recommend following everyone that follows or likes. Go to a most recent post. Those are the people that are actively on their socials. So go to the most recent post of that business or that location and follow or friend request the people that liked it or commented on it. So that's my tip for growing your network.
So good. And you're right about the locations thing. And you guys, you can apply that even to like your reels and TikToks. Like I'm just going to add this thing in. Like I love, you know, the groups too. Like I think back to Building to Diamond, and that's what we did to go in 3 months. Like I would search in Texas and I'm in Canada. You can just search anything. Like I was like Texas boutique, follow everybody that interacts. But I'm putting locations on my reels. So like let's say let's say you live in a town, start talking about that town on your reels, and that will push it to people within that location. And like I just moved to a new town and I've enrolled 3 people in the surrounding little cities just from like, so this stuff works. Okay. One thing I want to ask, I know we're at 5:40. I have like so many notes on my little notepad here. I'm like loving this so much. Okay, so distributors. Okay, we have a lot of new people that are watching this, and I'm like, okay, I understand the customers. I can do HAP. I talk about the products. How are you attracting business partners to you?
Okay, so you know, let's talk to the people that are brand new in the business, and let's talk to people that's been in it for a while. You guys, my 3 distributors when I joined this business, you guys, when somebody told me, and I'm telling you guys this right now, so bonus program's a little different now. So let's talk right now. Do you know that if you were to get 12 customers and 3 distributors, you'll get $800. So I'm talking 12 and 3. I know that might sound like a lot to some people, but if you are like me and somebody said, all you need to do to get $800 is go find 12 people that want to try a product and 3 that want to join your team and make some extra income. That's all I need to know. I would write down like 12 and like start counting down. Got 1. Now I need 11. Now I need 10. Now I need 8. So and if you want to break that down even smaller, you guys, I'm telling you guys right now, go find 4 customers and 1 distributor right now, 5 people, Okay, 5 people and you're going to get 150. Okay, $150. So that's what I did. So you guys, when I found that out, and I was like, okay, all I need is this. So when I found out that I needed 3 distributors to go Ruby, okay, I literally messaged people in my life that said, hey, I just joined this business. I really have no idea what I'm doing, but I know that I need to get 1 distributor today. And that's somebody that wants to make extra income with me. Will you do it with me? That's what I said. That is what I said, you guys. So my first distributor was my friend's sister, because she was like, no thanks, but maybe my sister does. So I messaged her sister and she's like, yeah, let's do it. Okay. Then the second person was somebody that saw me comment that I was going for a $400 bonus. I didn't know how I was going to get it, you guys. I had no idea how to get that $400 bonus, but I was going for it. And she's like, well, I'm have a lot of student loan debt because I just started my own private practice and I need to pay off some debt. So yeah, I'll make some extra income with you. How do we make the $400? I'm like, I have no idea, but let's find out together. And you guys, that's what she did. And then you guys, I needed 1 more. You guys ever have those dates where it's like, I need 1 more person? I don't always recommend this, but it turned out to be really, really great. I was like, Mom, I need 1 more. And she's like, Heather Lynn, I will never sell this. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I need 1 more. This sheet says I need 1 more. So you're my last resort, Mom. Like, I need you to buy this kit and I'll go from there. I don't know what to do. And she was like, okay, fine, sign me up. You guys know my mom fell in love with the products at 61 years old, who's now 71, and she's one of my double diamonds. Now, does my mom work the business like I do? Heck to the no. Okay, she could, but she doesn't. But her sister-in-law is an esthetician, and her sister-in-law's niece is a salon owner, and that just blew up. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying to sign up mom or husband or random family member and work it for them, but you don't ever know, but again, you guys, I always say I was ignorance on fire, and I was super honest with when that girl asked me how to get the $400 bonus. I said, I had no idea. I didn't fake it, you guys. I didn't freak out and go to my upline and go, I feel like I'm a fraud. I just posted I'm going for $400. I don't even have the $400. I don't even know how to make the $400. I'm a fraud. I'm a liar. I didn't know. I was straight up like, I have no idea, but I know you can get one. Let's figure it out together. So you guys, that was me then. Now, where are we at? Some of you guys are like, yeah, well, I've ran through all those people, because we've all been there, right? You've ran through all those people. So the way I have been, my numbers are so different, you guys. Last month, I enrolled 11 distributors. This month, I'm at 3. So it's just always like all over the place. But what I will tell you is most of my distributors do come from host to post, but it's not from messaging somebody that commented on a business post one time and then joining my team. It's starting that friendship with them. They usually tell me no off the bat, or they say they'll let me know, and then they ignore me for 2 months, but they're watching my posts. They're watching my stories. So here it all falls into place, you guys. It's not like you can do some of it and not some of it. You can't do host to post, 100 a month, but you're not sharing your journey with people. Okay, it's not this or that. You should sprinkle in all of it. And I know some of you guys like, that seems like a lot of work. You guys choose your hard. Okay, choose your hard. Is it really hard to ask people to post for you? And is it also really hard to post about like why you're doing this business? Like I said, I posted that I was going to earn a $400 bonus. I was so excited, but I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So you guys, it's okay if you don't know everything. You could still be excited for the unknown. So, back then it was just asking people and being super like, I don't know what I'm doing, but do you want to do it with me? And, now it's turned into more of, like for an example, you guys, my host to post method is if you still, who still needs 1 distributor this month? Drop a number 5 in the chat. If you still need 1 distributor this month, drop a 5. Okay. So there's a lot of you. Okay. Let me ask you a question. I'm assuming most of you, maybe not all, but I'm assuming most of you use host to post. Okay. If you are dropping a 5 right now and it's June 20th, I'm going to tell you every single post that somebody does for you for the rest of the month better be about your business opportunity. I mean, that's what I do. If I'm still looking for 1 distributor, every single person that says they'll post for me, they're getting opportunity. Every single person. And then I'm showing on my Facebook every day and in my stories why this opportunity has helped me in some way. And it's, you guys, long posts are so outdated. Long sappy posts are so overrated, you guys. People want to see that, you guys, I just took my family to the A's game. Go A's. I know I'm an Oakland A's fan. Don't even get me started. And I was able to buy our 4 tickets to the A's game with my bonus money. What are you able to do with your bonus money? How about you haven't earned a bonus yet? What would you like to do with your bonus money? How about you share that? Why can't you share what you are going to do with your bonus money? You guys got to stop overthinking it. You got to stop overthinking it and get inspired, and just don't, like, you guys, like, the overthinking in this business is what literally will kill most businesses before they even start. So just kind of chill out, relax, keep it short and sweet, and go with the flow. Just go with the flow, you guys. So that's kind of where I'm at with bringing in DTs.
This is so good. I don't know what this, your energy for me is like everything that I need right now. Is anybody else feeling it? Like, is anybody else like so fired up? I don't know why. I'm like, this is so good. Okay, I have one more question for you, because let's be real, even though we're already real. This is a very real Zoom. You've been in for 10 years, okay? Just like you said, peaks and valleys. You know, sometimes on social media, it's like, ooh, everything's great. But like the reality, any business, any company, any person, you have seasons where you're on the top of your game, and it's the magic in staying consistent. But it's also like in the valley, the maybe stuff happening with us or the environment or the company or the economy, blah, blah. How over, like, give us some, I guess advice, or, you know, when you're in something for so long, even being in for 6 years, sometimes you can get in your own head, get in your own way. How have you stayed on the path?
Yeah. You guys, something about me, like, I sometimes question myself, Jackie, and I know, I mean, you guys don't think that there are not carrots dangled all over the place. I always think about, like, well, what if I tried this company or I tried that company? You guys, I made a decision. And again, as much as my organization of uplines were so not transparent, you guys, they knew their stuff. Okay. And so they would bring in some knowledge. And one thing they always said is, like, give this business at least 5 years before you ever think about quitting, either quitting altogether or going to another organization. And that stuck with me. And, and I knew what kind of money they're making. However, it is funny, after I've been in 5 years and I see them leaving and quitting, I'm like, what the heck? Like, why would you leave? Like, I know how much I'm making. So what is going on? And at the end of the day, you guys, I realized that they stopped doing the things. It wasn't that stopped working for them. It was that they stopped working their business. And I learned that later on, but I'm so glad they shared with me, don't even think about quitting. Give this 5 years. And I thought, you guys, 5 years is a long time. Like, I don't know if I want to do this for 5 years. And here I am, 10 and a half years later, and I'm a lifer in this business, but it hasn't always been perfect. And I will tell you something, and I haven't really shared this with anybody. I'm kind of having an aha moment right now. And I don't care what you look like, and I don't care what your age is, but these products are amazing. And one thing I will tell you guys is, when I'm in a slump in my business, it's usually when I'm not confident in my body or not confident in how I'm looking. So I've caught myself hiding behind Host to Post because I'm feeling not confident, right? So one thing that helps me when I'm in that valley and going, Heather, what's wrong? Like, what is wrong with you? And it's usually me going, you don't want to show your body. You don't want to even show your face. You don't want to go live. You don't want to talk on your stories because you don't want people going, what the heck is going on with this girl? So my suggestion is, make sure that you guys are being a product of the product. Get excited about using those products. Take a before photo. I'm not saying you have to share it with anybody, but take that before photo, because when you finally make that decision to commit, and you guys, again, it doesn't matter what you look like. Some of you guys might be going, I don't need to lose weight. Okay, well, maybe you want to grow your hair out. Maybe you are worried about your complexion. I don't know. Maybe you are wanting to tone and firm and tighten, and you could just be a before and after of a body wrap, you know? But either way, you guys, I love that our products are heavily promoting gut health right now. So again, it doesn't matter what your size or shape is or your age, you know, just feeling better. Everything starts in your gut. You know, if you have depression, what's going on in your gut? If you have acne, what's going on in your gut? If you are having heartburn, indigestion, what's going on in your gut? So I always turn back to the products, you guys. Our products are absolutely amazing. And so one thing that if you're feeling like you're in a slump in your business, it's probably because you are not excited in that moment about any of your products. And when you have a realization and a real talk with yourself, we're probably going to say, you know, how long has it been since you've consistently used your products? And you're like, dang, like, wow, it's been a while. So that's one thing I suggest you guys is always going back to those products. What's on your auto ship right now? How many of you guys skip your auto ship every month? Okay, if you're skipping your auto ship, that means that you're not excited about these products. Okay, you should want to run your auto ship so you can have these products. You shouldn't want to find a way to get out of running your auto ship. But I get it, you guys. I'm just, life happens. And there's sometimes you're like, dude, I really need that 150 or whatever you're ordering. So I need to push it out. But you should be devastated that you're pushing it out because you should be wanting to use your product. So those are things you want to ask yourself and think about. And you guys, I was so against personal development for so long. And I know when I'm in a bad place because I'm not reading and I'm not doing my personal development. So make sure you're doing that personal development. Grab that book currently right now, thanks to Amanda Boucher's Zoom that we did a few weeks ago. I am on chapter 6 of Miracle Morning. Somebody that absolutely is not a morning person. You guys, I worked at Old Navy at 4 a.m. and I swore that after I quit Old Navy, I would never set an alarm again. And here I am reading this book going, oh, I gotta wake up earlier. And I'm so excited to. So, you know, personal development, make sure you are reading something and then make sure you are using the products.
So good. I'm so inspired. And you're right about the gut health. I love that you said that because that's a whole trend in itself right now. Like, if you don't know anything about gut health, you know, go to Google. What does that look like? And that can be your talking point because everybody needs to heal their little guts. I feel like
Yeah.
all of us. Well, this has been amazing. Heather, I really appreciate your time. I'm looking at the chats and our team. People are fired up. Like, you just make it so simple and
Oh,
you know, simple. What's that? What's the saying again? Simple is significant, right? That's the saying.
I
Simple.
have not heard that. I'm gonna write that one down.
I can't take credit. I'm pretty sure that isn't that John saying, or am I making that up? Yes.
I don't
Okay.
know,
Right. Or am
but I
I
like it.
right? Well, if anyone asks, you heard it here first. Okay.
Yeah, right.
But this has been awesome. And guys, make sure you plug into her power hours. I just shared this in the chat, but do you maybe want to share just what
Yeah.
the time and
Yeah, so I currently right now, you guys, I do them Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And I do them on Saturdays if I'm home. So I just tell people like hop on a Saturday, and if I'm on, then great, work with me. If I'm not on, that means I couldn't work that day. So I will be having some guest hosts in the first 2 weeks of July because I will be traveling because I get to work my business and take my daughter to San Diego for nationals, and my son does trap shooting in Vegas. And so we'll be all over the place working my business. But for most part, you guys, 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, Pacific time. And I am going to start doing 1 or 2 in the evening. And once I know those days and times, I will get those to you, Jackie.
amazing. Well, this has been awesome. Thank you so much. And we will see you tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Power hour.
Thank you so much, you guys. It was such an honor to be on here tonight.
Bye, guys.